Warren just announced the Turbo show on July 11th, a cracking card. Flanagan headlining for world title. What can fans expect from this show, first of all?
It's a fantastic card, and as you said, headlined by Terry in his hometown, challenging for the vacant WBO lightweight title, world title I should say, against a very, very tough opponent in Zapida from the States, who's 23-0, 20 knockouts, and 16 of those have come within 3 rounds. So Terry's got it all to do. He's obviously, not underestimating him by any. Obviously he's not going to be underestimating this guy. But he'll have to be 100% switched on all night to secure that world title. If he's at the top of his game and performs to the level that we all know he's capable of performing at, firmly believe that he can win the world title in front of his hometown, in front of his home fans, and give Manchester a new hero. He's a fantastic fighter, trains exceptionally hard, and one of the nicest guys you will meet in boxing. But all that will hopefully go out the window for 12 rounds when he fights on the 11th of July at the Velodrome in Manchester. Literally 10 minutes from Terry's doorstep, so we couldn't get him any more home advantage. And we just hope that I'm sure they will. The Manchester public will. In fact, the whole of Britain will get behind Terry, and hopefully we'll see another world champion.
No, definitely. And it was mentioned in the press conference, and Ricky's been doing a lot this year. 10 years since Ricky won his world title.
Correct.
What a way to celebrate that with having.
It'll be fantastic, and both big Man City fans, and I don't want to split the city, but hopefully the whole of Manchester will get behind Terry, as they did with Ricky. He united the city, and that night against Cotteral was one that will live in my memory forever. 20,000 sports fans, not just boxing fans, sports fans, singing Blue Moon, and watching Ricky win that world title was something that, like I said, I'll remember forever. And I hope Terry can recreate that sort of performance. And I know I've had Ricky sent some messages of support, and I'm sure he'll be involved in some of the press activity around Terry's fight. And I think Terry can ask for a better guy to get some words of wisdom from in upsetting the odds, because I think Terry will be a slight underdog in this fight. Just simply based on Zapida's fantastic record and knockout ratio. Terry may be more experienced, but when someone is putting opponents over at that high knockout percentage, then it will create a situation where Terry probably will be considered the underdog, as Ricky was 10 years ago. So it's all to fight for, and I'm very, very proud to be part of Terry's team, and very proud to be part of a promotion that hopefully will see, like I said, another world champion hailing from this neck of the woods.
No, definitely. And in terms of the press conference as well, there's a nice story there where Terry said he snuck into the Ricky Hatton fight 10 years ago.
For his ticket.
Yeah.
Plus interest.
What about Ricky? Is Ricky going to be there on the night? Probably not sneaking in, I'm guessing.
No, obviously Ricky's got an invite. It's 10 years since Ricky beat Costa. So hopefully we'll be celebrating with Ricky and Terry. Sorry, Terry will be celebrating with Ricky and the whole of Manchester, and he can emulate what he said. He posted Ricky Hatton up on his wall when he was growing up. So, and sneaking into his fights. So this is quite a story.
No, definitely. And the 2 other fighters on top tables today were Cotteral and Paul Butler. What can we expect from them? The opponents haven't been announced yet.
No, we should have those in the next 4 to 7 days. Cotteral is a young man who is making some serious waves. Three knockouts in his last 3 fights, and I'm sure he'll be looking to continue that streak.
Of course, went and sparred in Las Vegas with Floyd Mayweather ahead of the Manny Pacquiao fight as well.
It'll be interesting to see what differences that's made to his fight night performance. Lee said he's coming on leaps and bounds, and gaining that experience from fighting Mayweather and Canelo. He's only going to be a positive and help his career develop and his training improve. So I'm looking forward to seeing Jack out again, get another sort of WBO ranking fight, and look to to secure, more and more titles throughout, as the year progresses. Yeah. But there's no big rush for Jack. He's still a young man, and obviously he's easy to get carried away. But he's still developing. He's still learning, and Lee will obviously, Lee got great experience in knowing when to pick the right fights, and team that with my dad and the team, and Jack's in a winning combination there, and looking forward to seeing how his career develops over the next 18 months. It's going to be a very, very entertaining ride. Paul Butler getting back on the, hopefully back to winning ways. He had a very difficult night when he fought Tete. I think Tete's one of those exceptional guys that will be able to go through the weight categories and will keep upsetting people. I think people will may continue to underestimate Tete. I think the British boxing public maybe underestimated what a great fighter Tete was. Paul certainly didn't, and he took it. He obviously took the fight very seriously. It's a world title challenge. It just wasn't his night. But I think Tete, like I said, he's one of those exceptional talents that perhaps could be, a challenge for anyone in the two weight classes above, not just his current one and one above. I think two weight classes above. And Tete, I'm not going to say names, but I think he'd give a couple of current world title holders a tough fight at super bantam. That reach and power he's got, as demonstrated when he stopped Paul in the 5th round. Cracking shot, cracking very well timed shot. But Paul's back on the top table today, talking about what he wants to do in his career. Nothing's changed. We're not going to deviate from the plan. He's a future world champion. He's a future 2-time world champion. It's just down to him to put on a good performance. I think he needs a performance on the 11th. He needs to go out there and remind everybody what exceptional talent he is, and hopefully challenging for titles again within the next 2 or 3 fights.
Yeah, definitely. And someone that's on the card but wasn't here today, Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah.
Going beyond July 11th, what can we expect from Billy Joe? There's been talk of Chris Eubank Jr. rematch. There's been Andy Lee world title fight. What's?
It's all sorts of different permutations and possibilities. So I think that's an interview on its own. So we'll. Billy, he's the number 1 contender for the WBO title. The saga with Eubank Jr. Has been well documented that Billy Joe accepted all terms and conditions, but did not want to relinquish his number 1 status with the WBO, which was, in my eyes, a spot-on move. Why would he? He's worked hard to get there. I don't really want to talk about Billy Joe's side of it. The fight couldn't be made for reasons that my dad has said before in an interview with one of your competitors. I won't say their name either. He's standing right over there. But so that's it. Dad has mentioned why it's not been made, and that's the Eubank situation. And I think there may be something happening in the next couple of days or so regarding the WBO title. So just watch this space.
Well, thank you so much for your time,
Absolute
and
pleasure.
Looking forward to the show on July 11th.
Thanks a lot, mate. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.